Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. And yes, the environment is a little bit different because I'm here at my mom's house. Won't be here very long, but we ended up getting some new products that were actually shipped. And hey, I didn't want to wait to actually review them because I actually got to install them here in a couple of days. And Avkans sent me their new Joy Power PTZ joystick. And I have a brand new the LV20N PTZ that they have. I'm actually going to be installing another camera for Guildfield Baptist Church on Thursday. So this gave an opportune time for me to actually do this. So this is the joystick that we're going to be installing at Guildfield, and we're just going to pair this up and see what their new joystick offers. Like I said, I actually just picked this up from the mailbox, the post office before I came down here. So let's go ahead and open this up. And again, they did send this to me. They did not pay for this review. They're seeing this the exact same time that y'all are seeing this. So we got our manual, we got our power brick, and because I'm here with my PlayStation and all this other stuff, the Starlink that I set up at my mom's house 3 years ago, I don't have a PoE switch, so we're going to be hooking this up through the power plug. So this is what we got here. Looks kind of similar to the previous one, but the layout is a little bit different. Now, one thing I will notice, you get used to this stuff, but when they actually stop shipping it, then you notice it. This does not come with a RS-232 adapter cable, nor does this camera. So let's look at our interface here. We pretty much just got the power brick and the device itself. So on here, let's zoom in here. We got our power button. We got our DC power in. We got a USB-C. We have our RS-232 cable. We have a Tally Ethernet jack, RJ45, and RS-422 or 485. And then we have our LAN in. Now, this joystick does control NDI cameras. So if I hook this up to the network, I think I have a couple of jacks over there available. We can hook this up and we'll be able to connect to this because that is an NDI joystick. PTZ camera. So let's go ahead. Let me take this plastic off here. Oh yeah, that was a good sound. I don't know if y'all heard that because it's air conditioning and everything is running down here. So we're gonna be doing a lot of noise cancellation in this. But let's go ahead and get this powered up. And then I have some cables. Let's go ahead and hook it up to a network, or I have my own separate network. So maybe I'll hook it up that way. And let's get these talking to each other. Alrighty. So we got everything set up here. Got the joystick set up over there on my PlayStation box and got everything hooked up to my travel router. Let's go ahead and power this on. So again, my apologies. I don't have my setup. So we're doing this old school. So go ahead and power this up. And looking through here, we have 7 function buttons on here compared to the 4 or the 6. So we got one extra. We have a bigger screen, and we have our typical buttons, our auto white balance, our one push white balance, auto exposure, one push autofocus, camera power, so you can turn it on and off, the menus, the camera on-screen display, adding and searching on the network for cameras. We have a rocker for zooming in and out. We have our speed control. We have our focus knob, and we have some color knobs and iris, our joystick, and a control button. So really straightforward. So let me see. Does it have a kickstand on the bottom? I believe it does. Hold on one second. All right, so we got our little kickstand on here. So now let's go through. Joystick is a joystick. So the thing is, we're going to see how we can connect to this. So let's go ahead and let's actually look through the menu first. Normally there's a setup button on here, but it isn't. So I'm assuming that we're going to be using the menu. Yep. So in menu here, and we'll use this knob here to adjust. So we have our list of cameras here. We have our inquiry, so you can manually add stuff. We have our search, and again, we can search for VISCA over IP, ONVIF, or NDI. And we're going to look at all 3 of them because that PTZ does support all of them. This is where we can manually add. We can do some custom, so we can set custom controls for this. So any of those wanting to know about, can I turn this for AI tracking on and off? You should be able to customize the function controls for that. And then here are some other functions that you can set. Quick call, that's where you can turn that on and you can just press a number to go to the command instead of doing the command and then the number. So like call one and that will move to the position, or is it one call? I don't know. We have to look at it. All right. We also have our network. So we have an IP address, and that is going from my travel router. So that is right. So I am glad that by default, they're putting these on DHCP. In a final state, I would set this to a static IP so we know that it doesn't change. And then on the system, pushing in will the button will allow us to go through the menu. So we can turn on the backlight. We can set our brightness. How bright can this get? All right, 255. Okay. 200 was fine. I'll just put that back down there. And honestly, it might be able to put it lower, but we'll see. Got a lot of LEDs down here in my mom's basement. All right, we got our backlight that we can turn on and off. So that's going to be for the keys. You can set the key brightness, green brightness. Do you want it to beep? I personally turned that off. Your factory reset will reset everything. You also have your preferences reset. That would just reset how you set stuff up in the how this whole thing operates, not a factory reset. All right, we'll do a save and exit. All right, so now let's do a search and let's see, can we find that camera? So we're going to look at VISCA over IP. Let's search. And there's, I would assume that's a joystick, but as you can see, it looks like that's set to a static IP address of 168.8.26. So it looks like the camera is not set to go to DHCP. So I might have to break out my laptop and adjust that. Let me actually do that. Alrighty, so it was actually the PTZ joystick wasn't set to DHCP, but we've got that fixed now. So let's go over here to either search, or we can go up to here. Let's go over to our VISCA over IP. We do a search, and there is the camera. Go ahead and tap that to connect. We'll set that to number 1. There's our preview. So if we need to, we'll go in there and set that menu. And because of the VSCO, we should not have to change anything, and then assign a unique ID. So I'm changing the wheel to do that. We need to make all of these unique. So that is going to be number 1. Everything else is set. Shouldn't have to go in there and change the password. Protocol mode. We'll just do that as 1. And we'll see. But if we have an issue, we'll go back to that. So we have it set to camera number 1. And that's it. So now let's exit out of here. Go to our main menu. So now let's go to, all right, so we see camera number 1 is set. Let's go to camera number 1. And we are connected. So if I move the joystick, there we go. We're all connected. So now let's see, does the preview work? Because we might have to go in and get that URL to get the RTSP view from that. But let's go to preview. And I think we might need to set that. So let me go in here, get the path for that, and then we'll make that update in here. Alrighty, so going back in here, if we go back to our camera list, well, let's go back to the menu here. And one thing, I had to actually put the IP address in here. So if we go back to our camera list, go back to the camera, I had to add the IP address here to that command. So that's what made the view preview work. So if we exit out of here, go back to our camera. So this is the camera menu settings that we are. And now if we hit preview, there we go. And you can see my leg right there. So if we tilt it on up here, and you can see me in here editing everything and recording everything. And there you go. So that is going over VISCA over IP. All right, so now let's get out of here. Let's go back to our search and let's go back to our menu first. Come on now. There we go. All right, we go to our menu and let's go to our search again. Now let's search over ONVIF. Typically, I would see a lot of stuff in here, but again, I'm on a separate network. If I was connected directly to the Dream Machine, I would probably pick up a whole bunch of stuff. So again, we could add stuff that exact same way. Let's back out of here and then let's look at NDI. And we should see the device on here. And there's the NDI port of the joystick as well too. I mean, of the camera. So we have multiple options. So you can have, now again, we have quick access to 7 cameras, but again, you can set these to be different functions like turn on, turn off, all that other stuff like that. So let's back out of here. One more menu, and let's go to our functions. And let's see, let's go custom, and let's go ahead and go to number 7. Well, let's do 6 first. And what is the command? So right now, by default, it's a camera command. So we can come in here and change that to a function. And then what is the function going to be? We're going to have that be AI tracking start. And now let's go to our next one, F7. We're going to change that to a function. And we're going to set this to AI track stop. So we've just reset both of those. So now let's go back to our camera. Let's go back to our preview. There we go. All right, so now let's try this. If we turn on tracking and boom, there we go. See, it says it's not set. So might have to, I guess that command that's listed in here is not the right one. So we might have to manually put in that command to get it there. So let's see. Oh, we need to go back to custom. And see in here, this is where you can come in here to edit and you would actually have to put the code in. I believe that you can add that through the web interface because you can connect, you can go to the IP address of this and add this. I need to check that again. I know the old one lets you do that, but let's see if there was another command in here. So yeah, so you have a bunch of commands and you can make a custom command for that. So it looks like that AI tracking one is just not liking the code that's embedded in that, but you can set the manual code to turn that on and off. And we covered that before. But again, a nice other joystick that allows you to connect PTZs with RS-232 over the network, VSCO over IP, regular VSCA with 422, 485, 232 with a regular cable. You also have on VIF and you have NDI and you have a nice preview function. You have an additional programmable function button, rocker, all the same stuff that you would normally do. And again, for the most part, most of these joysticks can control up to 255 cameras. So it's not like you have to get another joystick just to make this stuff work. Um, Again, Avkans, thank you so much. This is most likely going to be, I'm going to probably use this one to replace the PTZ that's at my desk. And then their older one, the IP Joy, is what I'm going to probably move over to my overhead when I'm doing top down stuff because I am so happy that the studio is about ready to get worked on. We got about 36 hours until we'll be in the new place. So we'll have a lot of stuff to set up. Again, this camera that we're going to be setting up, another Avkans camera we're going to be setting up at Gilfield. That's going to be on Thursday. And we're going to be going through a lot of this stuff and showing you all of the joysticks, setting all this up because setting up my new place is going to be just like setting up a media ministry because we're starting from scratch, pulling cables and all this other stuff. And this joystick is going to be an awesome one to add to the collection. If you're interested in getting one, link is going to be down below. And again, just want to give a big shout out. Thank you, Avkans, for supporting me and allowing me to send me this stuff and test out your products and bringing them to a wider market of media ministries all over the world, because I use the stuff and a lot of churches that I've used them have been very happy with it. So thank you. Keep making some good stuff. And if you want to keep sending them to me, I will happily review them for you. So that's about it, folks. If you like the type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.